Здравейте на всички, добре дошли в 123-ти епизод от поредицата на Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Аз съм Хънтър, а продължаваме тук в Battle Bliss арената. Това, което стана всъщност последния епизод, завършихме в Nexus и аз реших да не изпестя няколко лоудинг скрина и направо да се появим в Battle Bliss арена. Това е партито, с което ще сме за сега. Имаме да извършим квест на Грейбор, както всъщност сега. Тук в Battle Bliss арената ще извършим квеста на Сосиел и после ще намерим на Оришел нейния проблем, да видим как ще го разрешим. Също така имаше и нещо, което трябва да правим с Ненио тук, но в момента не мога да се сетя какво беше, но ще разбираем по някое време. Така, арена Хилър, така. Имах ли някакви неща за продаване, защото мисля, че при Хилъра можеше да... имам, да. Доста пръстенчета. Това ли беше? Да, точно така. Така. Да бързичко продавам от пръстените. Мисля, че този Headband of Intelligence няма да ни трябва и това нещо, което е за Blood Rager, също няма да ни трябва, тъй като нямаме герой, който да Blood Rage-ва. Този Toxic Crab все пак мисля да го запазим, тъй като дава Immunity to Acid, а в някаква ситуация може да се окажем зависими от нещо такова, което да... Чакайте са. Тук има ресурси, като гледам. Имаше ли нещо, което нямаме много? Tainted Flower. В принцип мисля, че Райс ни трябва, обаче тук не виждам такъв, така че за сега оставяме така, 29 000 хванахме по бързата процедура, така лесничко, приятно. Нещо тук за продаване при джънка. Ние ги продавахме нещата, да, добре, така направо правим сейфче, след като продавахме нещата, да не забравяме после. И време да говорим с Зеклек, с него имаме да говорим по два въпроса. I arranged to deal with the succubi. I'm glad to hear it. Your help in these matters is invaluable, since I cannot attend to them myself. I think you will find the reward for your assistance is quite generous. I've arranged a fight for you, against a member of the Nahidrian League. Please let me know as soon as you're ready. Ние да сме се бъфнали. Обаче айде ги пробваме без да сме се бъфнали, да видим какво ще стане пък. You haven't paid me enough. The deal with the succubi cost me more than expected. You still owe me money. I hope this wasn't just a waste of time. Дали да му кажем това за парите или? Няма да се занимаваме с парите. Имаме си достатъчно голд, даже имаме много голд. I hope this wasn't just a waste of time. The Tiefling nods earnestly. You have no idea how important this was. Thank you for your help. I'm ready to enter the arena. Добре, чакайте сега. На мен ми става много интересно какво ще стане, ако му кажем все пак за парите. Защото пък от друга страна искам да видя какво ще се случи. Каква ще е разликата? Само между другото, като се замислям последния епизод, загубихме Уендолак. Може би ако няма бях взел с нас, може би тя щеше да оцелее и нямаше да се налага да я убиваме. Затова се замислям сега, че може би направихме грешка, че я взехме с нас. Тя така или иначе в мен ми пречеше, защото имахме два стрелеца, аз не исках да имаме два стрелеца. Значи може би направихме грешен избор тогава. Я видим сега какво стана. The Tiefling looks at you closely, then shakes his head. I know the rates of service at 10,000 delights. The sum I gave you was more than enough to cover the cost. Да, добре. Значи няма да му казваме такива работи. Аз да ни спеста няколко лоудинг скрина и взех, че ги наваксах. Бързо. Обаче ми беше интересно да видим какво ще стане. Дали Ще ни даде интересна възможност да се пазариме, примерно, за някакви неща. Не, че щяхме да го запазиме най-вероятно, но I arranged to deal with this goodbye down. This wasn't a waste of time. Ready to enter. I hope you came prepared. The members of the Nahidrian League are formidable opponents. Also, your next opponent has claimed the lives over 100 of her opponents. She has also been slain in the arena on 3 separate occasions. However, she never stays dead. It's quite mysterious, but she always comes back to life, ready to fight in the battle bliss once more. I am ready. Checks who is my opponent. DM scowls and covers his face with his hands. He peeks out from between his tiny fingers as if he is wearing a mask. The tiefling glances at his familiar and then nods. Atselm will be your opponent. She is a very dangerous member of the Nahidrian League, but she is a bit of a mystery. She used to work for the Assassin's Guild and no one knows why she left. She is swift, deadly and violent, but most importantly, she is extremely hard to kill. Stay on your guard against her. Earning your membership in the Nahidrian League will not be easy. Добре, нека да видим. I wish you good luck. If you die, greet death with a sweet kiss. Better still, slay all of your opponents and return alive and victorious. Тя ще бъде сама, така е. Тя трябва да е някаква много брутална, често казвам. Now he wants a place in the Nahidrian League. This is Justin, the Mephit Slayer. The Nahidrian League proudly presents its fighter. You all know her, you obsess over her, and you all fear her. We've enjoyed her hundreds of victories in the arena, and 3 times we've enjoyed her defeat and painful death. But every time she has come back from the dead, an artist of suffering, Atselm thrice killed. I'll cut your eyes faster than you can blink. Alright? The winner of this fight will be granted membership in the Nahidrian League and the other will die. Or, in the case of Atselm not die, we will have to find out. Fighters, commence battle. Alrighty then. Така. Сега, аз мога да я нападна първи, което ще ми даде възможност. Вау. Много я плеснахме, бе. Какво стана? Confusion? Ужас. Добре. Тя ни направи Confusion. Интересно. Аз обаче искам да си направя един хейст. А защо сме? Мале, те всичките ми хора са някакви... Я да видим тя дали е имунна на някакви неща. Cold. Ability score damage dead drain petrified. Обаче не е имунна на fire. Може би... Така. След това чардж. Възможно ли е това да беше? Arena. I'll be back. I always come back. This is not the end. Възможно ли е това да беше всичко всъщност? I can't believe... This can't be happening. The Nahidrian League's fighter is down. The fearsome Atselm has fallen. Long live the newest member of the Nahidrian League. Изтървахме, за съжаление, Сега ще видим дали мога да прочетеме какво каза той преди малко. Ирманглет, ето го бе. Irmanglet solemnly raises his hands for silence. His eyes sweep across the arena before coming to rest on you. There's a sly look on his face, and he gives you a cheerful wink before quickly resuming a pompous and dignified expression. He turns back to the crowds, and his voice booms out over the arena. Behold, the newest member of the Nahidrian League. He is invincible, bloodthirsty, violent, and cunning. It's Justin, the Mephitslayer, glory and death. The crowd goes wild. Demons climb over one another, trying to get a better look at you. The roar of spectators growls so loud you can feel it in your bones. The audience is utterly enthralled. They look at you in wonder and worship you as if you are a god. Orishale's whisper is barely audible. Glory and death? That is the battle cry of doomed men? Madmen. That is the battle cry of doomed madmen. How many times have I heard it? How many times have I shouted it while standing in the arena? I run from what I have done. I run as fast as I can, but even the smallest thing can remind me of my past. Then it all comes floating back, and I remember all the terrible things I've done. Няма да кажем нищо, защото нищо от нещата, които можем да кажем, не ми харесва. Irmanglet lays his fat hand on your shoulder with exaggerated friendliness. This gladiator is no longer an unknown fighter, a loner without a place to belong. For his valor and courage, Justin will receive a collar of the Nahidrian League. From now on, he is the precious property of the Battle Bliss. I am pleased to tell you that I have personally taken this worthy warrior under my wing. Look out, chap! Irmanglet pats you on the shoulder again, and as he does, the world around you fades to black. Ooh. Hey, that's enough fooling around. You have more methods to defeat. Irmanglet looms over you. The arena master's massive bloated torso wriggles wildly as he bursts into a fit of maniacal laughter. As the champion howls in amusement, you realize that your neck feels stiff. You reach up a hand and discover that you are now wearing a jewel-studded metal collar. The hand's voice is filled with sorrow and remorse. I've let you down, champion. That fiend has taken you captive and I was unable to stop him. I could not perceive his motives though through the veil of insanity that shrouds his damaged mind. I knew we were in the abyss, a place where you can't even trust your own shadow, but I failed to be vigilant. Well, what's done is done. Stay strong, we'll find a way to free you. I expect an explanation. Irmanglet grins. What did you expect? You were so desperate to join the Nahidrian League. Now you remember. Did you think I'd let you wander around Lushinira and risk your ass out on the streets? Well, think again. I don't want anyone to slit your throat and leave you bleeding to death in some back alley. A death without any spectators? Absolutely not. No, when you die, the crowds will be screaming from the stands. That's a promise. The champion points to your collar with a smile. Please accept this small gift with my compliments. It will guarantee your safety. This collar will make sure you do not leave the Battle Bliss. I don't want you out looking for trouble on the streets. It will also prevent you from picking fights with other gladiators outside the scheduled fight times. It would be so wasteful if you started killing one another outside the arena. The crowds would miss out on all the action. No, there will be a time and place for fighting, but here you can experience other kinds of entertainment. You enjoy all the pleasures accorded to a new star in the arena, the best food and drink, the most passionate succubi and throngs of adoring fans. You will love being my property, I promise. After I won my victory in the arena, you deprived me of my freedom. You have acted dishonorably. You wanted to become a legend. I can make that happen, but legends don't just walk the streets of Oceaneer. They can't live among the common folk, easily accessible to the adoring crowds and unwashed masses. No, you must be distant and aloof. You must be distant and aloof. If someone catches a glimpse of you, it should be all they talk about. You want them to brag about the encounter and tell all their friends. This will increase your reputation, and soon you will be in the high demand. Yes, this is your new life. I have amputated your freedom like an unnecessary appendage, so that you can achieve true greatness. Where are my companions? Your Manglet sounds distracted. Your companions? Ah yes, there was a group of Golarians who came looking for you, but I gave the guards strict orders to keep them away. Are they your slaves? Forget about them, you won't need them anymore. I own the best slaves in Oceaneer, and they are all at your disposal. It won't work, I'll find a way to get free. The arena master nods with a chuckle. Of course you will, but it won't happen the way you imagine. The crowd wants to see Gelderfang tear you apart. They simply cannot wait for that to happen. And who am I to deny them? If I ignore their desires, they will storm the arena. Yes, soon you will take your last stand in the arena. When the champion is done with you, you will be truly free. Of course, you will be dead, but your spirit will live on. No one will ever forget the ambitious newcomer who almost defeated the champion. This cover reminds me of the seal we broke back in Dresden. If I try to break it here, its powers will be unleashed and the cover will likely kill you. I don't want to take that risk, at least not right now. Let's only consider that option as a last resort. For now, you should try to stay calm, be vigilant and look for opportunities to escape. I'm certain you will find a way to get free. Not everyone seems to like the way you run the arena. Oh please, don't start spouting all that rubbish about fair fights. What does that even mean? One of the opponents is always stronger than the other. That's the whole point. After all, the fights are supposed to be entertaining. The spectators come here to watch the strong triumph over the weak. They want to enjoy the taste of victory, without ever leaving their seat. The arena is a theater of violence, a deadly circus, but it is not a fighting pit. After all, fights always follow one of two narratives. Either the monster prevails over its helpless victim, or the invisible hero chops off the monster's head. The outcome of every fight is predetermined, and its narrative depends on what the spectators want to see. Some fighters are crowd favorites. The audience cheers them on with whistles and shouts of encouragement, and of course there are other fighters that they despise. The crowds cheer them from the stands. Извинете, нещо. Чакайте. Пидем малко водичка. Че усещам някакво затруднение. Така. Даже малко да дигнем, може би, камерката. Да, примерно. Така. The crowds cheer them from the stands. Why would anyone want to change all of that? It would ruin the show. The audience wants a performance, not a competition match between two professional gladiators. What's the point of a fight without any drama? You might as well just flip a coin to decide who wins. Nobody wants fair fights except for Zeklix. The audience likes things the way they are, but Zeklix handles the betting tables, And they haven't been very profitable. Of course, under my management, the arena makes money in other ways, but that's not enough for him. He wants to turn my magnificent theater of violence into a stupid slaughterhouse. Do you really think the Method Slayer is an amusing title? There's an insane light in the Cambion's eyes. He nearly chokes with laughter. Yes, I think it's magnificent. All of Evolutioneer finds it funny. You must admit, I have a talent for inventing memorable nicknames. No, you stupid lard bucket. It isn't funny at all. Irmangred pays you no heed. He seems immensely pleased with himself and his whole body shakes with laughter. I think you've gone completely insane. Irmangred smiles disarmingly. I surely am. I'm mad as a hatter, my marbles long lost. But what did you expect? You're in the abyss. Everyone is crazy here. If you're sane and sensible, you're shunned by society. You'll be considered an outcast. I think we're done here. Get some rest and restore your strength. The healer will mend your wounds, and Zeklix will take care of your other needs. Интересно, добре. Тук обаче имаме лут. Let's get to the loot. В минотаври пазят пътя. Очевидно. Можем да говорим с Zeklex най-вероятно. Какво става тук? Ние сме вече в задната част на Плегд Смилдом. Ого, тук готини ресурчета. Адселм. Young Adselm. Adselm sits in front of you, looking very much alive despite her recent death in the arena. However, she is not alone. Young Adselm и всички такива. Тоест, тя умира, обаче какво има? Сега ще разберем. However, she is not alone. Two other figures sit beside her. The first is an elderly woman with a wrinkled face. Despite her age, she still retains some of the grace and vigor of youth. The second is a very young girl who has only just passed from childhood to adolescence. Upon closer inspection, you realize that both of these fighters look like Adselm. They all share the same face. Adselm looks up at you. She has high cheekbones and androgynous features that could easily belong to a man or woman. Her ears are partially hidden beneath her hair, but you can just make out their strange shape. You realize that Adselm is not human, though from a distance she could easily be mistaken for one. She greets you cheerfully and does not seem to harbor any resentment toward you. Here comes our killer. We hope you enjoyed the sweet taste of victory. The old woman who looks like Adselm adds in stern voice. But we won't forget what you have done to us. It hurt us very much. Be glad that we are not vindictive. Well, not normally. How did you survive? We are Fae of the First World, a triune being with joint thoughts and feelings. When two of us fight in the arena, the third one observes, hidden by magic. This way, one of us will stay alive even if the others die. Then when morning comes, we will return to our true form. To our triune form. Oh. I had to follow the rules of the arena. The old woman answers you grumpily. Rules have nothing to do with it. This is the abyss, where rules are invented only to be broken. You killed us because we were your enemies, not because you wanted to follow the stupid rules. How do you create copies of yourself? The girl smiles mischievously and sticks out her tongue. It's a Fae secret. We won't tell you. Why do you refer to yourself in the plural? The elderly woman chuckles. She shrugs her shoulders and sighs. We are not one, and we are not three. We are a triune entity. This is the way we are accustomed to speaking. Tell me about yourself. We are Adselm Thunder Eyes, a Fae from the First World and proud scout of the Wild Hunt. It was Atselm's job to track down the prey and flush them from hiding. After good chase, there would be feasts, and Atselm always took a bottle of spiced wine to the monarch of the hunt. During one of the feasts, Atselm infuriated the monarch when she mixed up 2 bottles of wine. She brought him young wine, fragrant and smelling of spring, but he asked her for aged wine that tasted of oak, a wine that would leave the bitterness of regret on the tongue and make the soul weep. Old Atselm joins in, and her voice trembles with bitterness, and the monarch said, "Don't you know the difference between young and old, Atselm?" "No?" "Well, I'll show you." And he banished Atselm from the first world. But the Fae used to be a good servant, so at the last moment the monarch relented. To help Atselm overcome her pathetic stupidity, the monarch taught her a special spell, and ordered her to cast this spell on herself every morning. This spell made Atselm a triune being, and helped her understand the difference between vibrant youth and the grey hairs of old age. Young Atselm interrupts the older version of herself, and now Atselm has grown wise. We have become very wise. And the time is near when the monarch will summon us back to the wild hunt, and we will be riding again with our brothers and sisters. We will drink and laugh, and no one will say, "Haha, Atselm is so foolish. She doesn't even know the difference between young and old ever again." "How would you like to help me kill Gelderfang in the arena?" "You wish to betray Mangalet and kill his champion? That is an ambitious plan, and for some reason you have decided to seek our help? You killed us. But that has not stopped you from paying us a visit. This is all very unusual. Yes, you've intrigued us. Now you must persuade us." Young Atselm laughs and claps her hands together eagerly. We want to hear more about this cunning treachery. How exciting." Чакайте, аз не исках да го правя така. Така, казахме им, because it will be fun to betray Mangalet. The young Atselm nods her approval. She gestures toward her other 2 forms as if to indicate that she is speaking on their behalf. The Glorian knows the meaning of fun. This sounds like a very good joke. Count us in. Ужас. Atselm string Carnage watch you leave with a sly smile. Demon Gladiator. Тук имаме плект с милодон и всякакви неща. Тук имаме Heavy Shield. Брат. Heavy Shield, да, Руан. Аз обаче не исках да го правя това. Не знам защо им го казах. Много избързах. Не исках да го казвам това нещо на тях. Как ти да? Zeklex takes a very step back. I thought I had convinced Irmanglet not to take you captive, but clearly I was wrong. But he's a raving lunatic and constantly changes his decisions. You should direct your anger toward him. Did you know that I was walking into a trap? I didn't know for sure, but I did have my suspicions. All the members of the Hydrian League are considered Irmanglet's property, and since gladiators are viable assets, they are not allowed to leave the arena. All of the elite fighters at the Battle Bliss wear those colors. However, I did suggest to Irmanglet that he should make an exception in your case. I told him that he should allow you to remain free. I thought I had managed to convince him, but clearly I was wrong. Why am I being forced to wear this color? These colors are worn by all members of the Hydrian League. You won't be able to leave the arena, and if you try to escape, the color will immediately teleport you back to the Battle Bliss. If you try to hunt Irmanglet or harm his property while wearing the color, it will transfer you to a safe and quiet place where you can calm down, of course. The color will be removed when you enter the arena. That's the only time members of the Hydrian League are allowed to fight one another. Irmanglet doesn't want his precious property damaged outside the arena, but there are no such restrictions once his fighters are inside. As long as there are screaming crowds in the stands, the gladiators can do whatever they want to one another. Did you hear that, champion? They'll take off the cover when you fight. As soon as you enter the arena, you'll be free and unaffected. Nay, unfettered. You can do whatever you want. A lot of gladiators believe that they are invincible. They are so confident in their own abilities, they'll challenge anyone to a fight. Before our gladiators had covers, they used to strut around the streets of Lucinia and pick fights with dangerous opponents. We lost a number of good fighters that way. Even worse, they would fight among themselves and kill or maim one another outside the arena, without any spectators to watch. That's why I had the idea to create these covers. However, Irmangalet stole my idea and took all the credit for it. I understand. I apologize once again. I would certainly set you free if I could. Will you help me escape? Of course I will. I have a plan that will free you from the core and help you defeat Gelderfang. And trust me, you will need my help. While you were unconscious, Irmangalet managed to find an Hydrian crystal. Gelderfang has been obsessed with getting his hands on one, and his wish finally came true. A demon called Mutasephon took the crystal into the Gelderfang's room. Ето го, той се завърна, така ли? And locked the door. For the next few hours, the sound of the champion's screams shook the arena. When Gelderfang emerged from his room, he was covered in blood, but he also looked stronger and more powerful than ever. Irmangalet is confident that you don't stand a chance against his champion, but I disagree. I think you can win. Zeklex lowers his voice conspiratorially. Какво става? Conspiratorially. Нещо, даже не мога кажа. Conspiratorially. Conspiratorially. No, не мога. I want to overthrow Irmangalet and take over the battle bliss. Irmangalet is terrible at his job, and he's standing in the way of my ambitions. There's no denying that he is a genius. No one can get the crowds excited like he can, but his management of the arena could not be worse. The fights have turned into a bloody circus. The opponents are never evenly matched. The crowds are losing interest and the passion of the audience is fading away. I want to change all of that. But it won't be easy to kill Irmangalet. The current champion Gelderfang protects him. After his last escape, Irmangalet has forbidden Gelderfang from leaving his side. That means Irmangalet is only vulnerable when the champion is fighting in the arena. So I want to offer you a deal. I'll help you eliminate Gelderfang if you will help me overthrow Irmangalet. If you agree to my proposal, I will make sure your companions join you in the arena when you need them. Then you can kill Gelderfang together. You can have the title and all the glory that comes with it. You become the champion and I'll take over the arena. Deal? The Tiefling extends his hand to you and looks at you solemnly. Did you mention Mutasephon? I killed him not long ago. I've heard more than one person claim the same thing before. It didn't stick. That weasel Mutasephon is surprisingly hard to kill. Shake the Tiefling's hand. Значи какъв му е план? So I want to offer a deal. I'll help you eliminate. Ако му помогнем да овъртълне Ирмангалет. Аз съм Давид, в принцип. Right? Shake his hand. The Tiefling begins to speak in a brisk matter-of-fact tone. The imp nods his agreement with each sentence. Gelderfang is of course an extremely dangerous opponent, but he is not without his vulnerabilities. For example, he doesn't know that you hired the succubi to keep him company. Since you paid for their services, I think they'd be willing to accommodate some special requests. If you want to weaken Gelderfang before the fight, I'm sure you could persuade them to help you. I think that's everything. Try to make use of these advantages during the fight. It will be your best chance to defeat Gelderfang. And while you fight for the title of champion, I'll eliminate Irmangalet. He will be vulnerable without his favorite bodyguard. Then the Battle Bliss arena will be ours. Of course, you won't have to fight Gelderfang all by yourself. Your companions were worried when Irmangalet kidnapped you. I reached out to them and secured their cooperation. I'll make sure they join you in the arena when the time comes. Is there anything I should know about my fight with the champion? The fight will not be fair, as you already know. Armaglet doesn't believe in a level playing field. First he will send in some weak fighters just to whet the audience's appetite, then you will have to face more experienced gladiators. I have no doubt that you will defeat them, but they might prove troublesome. Try not to let them wear you down and avoid injury as much as possible. You will need to save your strength. Next, I suspect that some members of the Hygiene League will enter the arena. Your Manglet will send in some of his most loyal fighters. The Dire One will probably be there, like a rabid dog on a leash, and I expect Atselm and Uruksa will be there as well. They don't care if the fight is fair or not. All they care about is gold. Finally, after all of that, Gelderfang himself will enter the fight. And that's when your Manglet will be defenseless. Battle Bliss will be ours. Sektek nods but doesn't speak. His face is screwed up in concentration as if trying to calculate something in his head. Finally he gives a satisfied nod. Yes, we are taking a risk, but delaying any longer will not improve our situation. In fact, it might make it worse, so we need to take action now. It's time for you to prepare for the hardest fight of your life. Gelderfang is a true master of violence, and now with the Hydrian Crystal he's stronger than ever. I have other things to do. Rest up. You'll need all your strength for the upcoming fight. Find me when you're ready, and I'll escort you to the arena. Добре, сега аз искам да го гледаме навсякъде. Първо, намерихме нещо интересно. Обаче аз май не мога да го идентифицирам, нали? Да. За съжаление имаме страхотен Heavy Shield. Обаче аз не го знам какъв е. На плюс 4 е, което го прави много силен. Ще ни даде много армор. Плюс 2 армор отгоре. Обаче, вижте сега, че не знаем за какво става дума. Така че ще изчакаме преди го екипираме. Ще да е хубаво да можем да го идентифицираме, но не знам как да стане. A huge dark skinned man sits quivering in the corner. His giant body is covered in scars. Many of his injuries look like they should have been fatal, yet somehow he is still alive. Some of his wounds are still fresh, but no one has bandaged them up or tried to heal them. The man's skin is in tatters and blood oozes from his broken body. He is clearly in a lot of pain, and it is hard to believe that someone so badly injured could maintain consciousness. He casts a wary glance in your direction and grunts something unintelligible. You can't make out his words. His tone is an unmistakable warning not to come any closer. Who are you? The gladiator snarls at you. He looks tense, ready to spring. He is clearly not comfortable holding a conversation. A low feral growl rumbles in his throat. The Dire One. Examine the slave's sword and helmet. The gladiator moves with surprising speed. As you reach for the items, he snatches them away. His voice is hoarse whisper. Not yours. Go away. Can you understand me? There's a mixture of fear and anger in the man's bloodshot eyes. Perhaps he doesn't understand you, or perhaps he just doesn't want to talk. The slave closes his eyes and collapses onto his mat with a dull moan. Тук при него намерихме този бит Минотавър, който всъщност ни даде супер якия щит, е така. Но сега трябва да минем от другата страна, може би. Да видим какво пък се крие там. Там трябва да са останалите, които споменаха, че най-вероятно ще се бием срещу тях. Защо ми липсва кръв на мен, между другото? Много странно. Добре, аз дали мога да използвам арена хилъра да ми идентифицира предметите? Use the help of healer. Оп, идентифицирахме. Плюс 4 heavy shield grants whether immunity to cold. Плюс на бонус to AC against medium and smaller creatures. Веднага си го слагам това нещо. Чакайте да видим това какво даваш. Light shield emanates a cursed aura. Whenever an ally adjacent to the shield's wearer is attacked, the enemy must pass will saving throw against this curse or suffer minus 3 attack penalty on the next attack roll. Трябва да призная, че този щит е много добър. Обаче си сложиме Heavy Shield. че е малко демоничен. Не точно като за нас този щит. Но това е ситуацията. Има 40, значи 41 най-вероятно АЦ ще успеем да издокараме. Когато ни нападат малки или медиум кричери. Така. Сега тук имаме път насам. Да, то беше затворен път. Я да видим какво се крие насам. Насам всъщност няма кой знае какво. Обаче имаме... Гелдърфанк. Шува, Гелдърфанк и скубите. Аз обаче не мога да отключвам такива неща. Локпика, колко ми дава локпика, експорт локпика? Също колкото и да ми дава, аз като нямам локпикинг, дали въобще ще мога да... Локпика скит. Град Салон плюс 2 бонус, но 3 кари скил чекс. А това кой... Чакай са. Аз... Плюс 5. Плюс 5. Нямам по-скоро слава работа. Ооо! In addition, in advance, 4 moral bonus on reflex and fortitude saving throws. It also applies me of 4 penalty on will saving throws. Само, че ние имаме доста will, така че имаме много saving throws. То ни е разкарало нашия амулет. Ни е дало друг амулет на плюс 4. Това е хубаво. Добре, значи това нещо най-вероятно ще пропуснем. Експерт локпик. Експърта сигурно дава 10 точки. Да, ето всъщност плюс 10. Нашите хора имат по много. 30-40 точки. Значи аз дори да направя 20, най-вероятно няма да мога да го включим това нещо. Ще има 0% шанс и без това. Така че може би по-добре. И я дайте да сейваме. Не знам. Пак е... Всъщност да, ето вижте, значи когато сложим тук ни показва, че пак имаме 0%. Можем да щупим обаче брадицата. И какво? Мале, щупихме нещата. Magical Scraps, гледай колко много някакви парички. Paper Scraps. Magical Scraps, Dusty Remains. Не, няма да го правим това. Добре, да се надяваме, че след като... Може би след като превземем арената с този тип, ще имаме възможност да се разкарваме тук по задните стаи и да можем да отворим това нещо, без да се налага да го унищожаваме. За сега ще говорим с Гелдърфанк. Gellfriend greets you with a considering sneer. Не, condescending sneer. He looks at you smugly, flexing his muscles so that you can see his chiseled abs beneath his smooth, flawless skin. His teeth have been neatly filed, and his impressive eyes hide a cold fury that could ignite into a hot flaming rage at any moment. You get the feeling that it won't take much to set him off on a rampage. You must be my next victim. Не издържах просто. Тройте от ръкавта. So you're the little Galarian who wants to challenge me for the title of Battle Bliss champion. Gellderfrank pretends not to recognize you. He looks you up and down, and then fixes you with a bored, lazy stare. Another primitive Galarian. There is nothing special about you. How disappointing. Можем да го блъфнем, да. Ама защо това е блъф, между другото? You don't deserve to be the champion. You're a pathetic blowhard and it's appalling that I have to fight against such an unworthy opponent. Why do you fight in the arena? Because it's fun. Where else can I unleash my passion, my wild and sensual spirit? If I don't fight, I feel a terrible etching pain in my bones. Without release, my power growls sour and stale like a rancid brew. And the only thing that can cleanse me from this stagnation is to find the victim and torment them until they howl. Their well of pain and humiliation washes over me and restores my power to its full potency. Only then I become myself again. Gelderfang the Invincible, the true ruler of the battle bliss. What kind of crystal did your Manglet give you? The incubus stretches his limbs and looks at you with a grin. That doesn't concern you, mortal. You shouldn't worry about such things. I don't need a crystal to defeat you, and if you had the crystal instead of me, you still wouldn't stand a chance. Не знам защо ми се иска да го направя този блъв чек. Но не ни отива на героя, като че ли. Така да го таунтнеме. Не, I got to go. I'll see you in the arena, little Galarian. Killing you will be a pleasure. Добре, а мога ли да... Аз също... Я да видим какво ще стане, ако блъфна. The demon's relaxed, laid back the manner vanishes instantly. He hisses furiously, baring his teeth in an angrily smile. Angrily snarl, не smile. I'm going to make you offer... I'm going to make you suffer, mortal. I'll make you beg for the sweet release of death. I'll start nice and slow, oh yes. I'll take my time as I unravel your innards. I'll make a noose for you out of your own intestines, and then I'll strangle you until the life leaves your body. The succubus you've hired on Zeklik's instruction recognizes you at once and waves at you enthusiastically. You've really pulled out all those stops. But tell me, is your ambition to kill Gelderfang? If so, that would suggest you had an ulterior motive for hiring us. Is there something particular you had in mind? What do you need us to do? The succubus lowers her voice conspiratorially and glances briefly at her companions. You follow her gaze and realize that they are all busy distracting the champion's attention from your conversation. How is the champion? Is Gelderfang enjoying himself? The succubus gives you a wink and lowers her voice. He's absolutely enthralled. He believes our visit is a gift from an anonymous fan. If it weren't for your presence in the battle bliss, he would have been completely happy. But it seems like your arrival has made Gelderfang a bit cranky. Of course, he pretends like everything is alright, but he clearly considers you a threat. Gelderfang hasn't been afraid of anyone in a long time, so he finds you deeply unsettling. Have a job for you. Я да видим какви са ни опциите всъщност. The succubus exchanges a glance with her companions. Well, of course. After all, that's why you hired us. You've paid for our services, and we are ready to do our job. What do you have in mind? Just give the word, and we'll make this lecherous champion miserable. Можеме... Уй, представяш ли си? Могат да го убият, стига, не вярвам. Не, ние ще се биеме с него. Мисля, че ще се биеме с него. Някак си не ми се иска боя да е нечестен. Но могат да се възползват. Така ли, че съм платил за тях, по-добре да си свършат работата и да го поизморят малко. Въпреки, че ми се искаше боя да е честен, аз вече някак си накарах пък тези предишните, с които се бих, да го прецакат. Да се възползваме ли от помощта на тия или не? Така или иначе ги взехме. Най-вероятно. Аз имах подобна идея, че може те да направят нещо, което да ни помогне в битката срещу него. Но по принцип, нали, не планирах да стане така, защото все пак ние сме рицар паладин и смятаме да се биеме честно. Seduce him before the fight. И да го направят леко така да е по-уморен. Да, тук все пак в крайна сметка, нали, това до някаква степен си зависи от него. Не като да не му наливат поизън или да го убиват. Което не знам, сигурно няма да може да стане това нещо. Да си спечелим ли този бонус или не? Аре, няма да си го печелим този бонус. I haven't made up my mind. Да, така. Take care of yourself, outsider. If you survive the fight with the champion, draw by the brawl, see us. We'll give you a night to remember. After all gather function, have all the fun. Добре. Така, тук оставаме това нещо за сега и ще пробваме да го отключим, когато ни се отключи евентуално. Хало? Лудче? Какичко? Сега ще видим всъщност. Я да говорим с този тип. A massive scaly demon greets your arrival with a roar of fury. She spins her weapon toward you with practiced ease, stopping the blade an inch from your chest. Glorian, new blood. You have not been in the league for long, but you have already been given a chance to fight against Gelderfang. I've been fighting in the arena for over a year now, but your Mangalite protects his champion from me. Pathetic cowards, both of them. Who are you? The demon twirls her weapon in the air. The blade comes within a hair's breadth of your face. Surely you already know. I am Urksa, the future champion of the Battle Bliss. We, Vavakia, are the greatest of the races, and even among my own kind, I am considered the best and strongest. The power that roars within me was a gift from Lamashtu herself. She gave me the strength to conquer the entire universe. What can that pompous weakling Gelderfang possibly do to me? I'll take him by his neck with one hand and I'll grab his wings with the other. Then I'll tear him apart. Do you worship Lamashtu? The demon answers with a proud roar. Yes, Lamashtu created Vavakia to rule and conquer. She gives us strength, power and superiority over all the rest. We are conquerors, Lamashtu's true firstborns. All Vavakia must worship her. We'll have to fight against each other soon. I suggest we join forces and kill Gelderfang. Why would I want to form an alliance with you, new blood? Despite her arrogance, you can tell that you have her attention. She watches you intently, clearly interested in what you have to say. Your Mangalet will rig the fight. He won't let you defeat his champion. Yes, your Mangalet is both smart and cunning, but he's a coward. He won't let me break his favorite toy in one fight. Fine. I won't kill you in the arena. I'll wait until Gelderfang shows up to fight you and then I'll tear him to pieces. Perhaps I'll even let you live after I've finished with him. If you grovel in the dust and beg for mercy, I might chose to spare you. Got to go. Get lost, new blood. I'll kill you in the arena soon enough. Навиваме тия странни демони. Той има два входа за към Gelderfang. Разбирам. Окей. Значи това е всичко всъщност тук. Добре. Ами айде тогава да се насочваме към... А това тук какво е? Няма път на сам. Добре. Значи всичко е точно. Ами добре тогава. Аз мога ли да говоря с това пак? Zeklex is going to betray you. О, не. Няма да го прецакваме. Zeklex всъщност той повече ми харесва. Така. Така. Holy Spear. Цак. Продаваме тия неща. Breastplate. Идеално. 5 бончета. Знаете ли какво? Аз имам ли Blur Potion? Аз ако нямам също сега, може да си накупим някакви такива неща. Remove нещо си. Това какво е? Shield? Не, Vanish. Имам страшно много скролове, страшно много полшани. Парк скин. Това е шилда, мисля, че да, Shield of Fate. Shield of Fate, имам 18 полшана, което е страшно много. Аз не виждам да имаме Blur полшани, между другото. Invisibility. Displacement имам само един полшан. Тук има ли полшани Displacement? Има. И аз си купим така да имаме едни 5 полшана. Blur имаме 11 полшана. Добре, това е достатъчно. Някакъв друг полшан интересен, по-скоро не. Неофит. Dark Omen. Чакайте сега. Можем да направим така. Нека да видим какво има тук, защото Spells и grants the ability to cast the following spells. Array of Enfeeblement, Scare, Exhaustion, Fear and Waves of Fatigue. Не е лош. Не е лош. Така, тук гледахме, нямаше каквото ни трябва. Това са полшаните. Dark Veil. Dark Veil, какво казахме, че прави? Once per day you may use design to grant your party total concealment against ranged attacks. За една минута. Total concealment against ranged attacks. Звучи много яко. Дали да не го вземем този Dark Veil? Той не струва много пари. Аз ще го вземам, между другото. Това колко пъти можем да го правим? Един чардж. Once per day. Yeah, could be good. Could be really good. Видим какви полшани има още тук. Като гледам нищо особено. Добре. Значи в такъв случай правим така. Сега. Аз искам да си сложа полшан. Може и Displacement, обаче мисля да си сложим Blurch. И този Dark Veil ще го сложим на някой, да може да го ползва по някое време, да не защити партията от някакви много яки неща. Така. Само 6000, ние имаме вече 800 000, нали така? Някъде, да, 844, което е супер. Правим сейфче и започваме, мисля, преди да приключим този епизод, със сигурност да пробваме да биеме шампиона. Направихме каквото направихме. Lead me to the arena. Zaklek looks at you solemnly. I've bet everything on you. We're certainly taking a risk, and I hope that we are not making a mistake. Good luck, and may whatever gods you worship protect you. And then they fight. It's time for a glorious fight. This ambitious glorian wants to fight the champion of the battle beast himself, the deadly Gelderfang. Exciting! Who will emerge victorious? My bet is on the Glorian. No one can defeat Gelderfang, especially not a soft and squishy mortal. This isn't entertainment, it's just boring. I'm sure that the Battle Bliss Arena will be able to entertain you, my dear Hipsmira. Oh, Hipsmira? Това е тя! Тази граманата. Today the Mephit Slayer will fight Gelderfang himself. How about a warm-up? Look at all these Mephits scurrying around. I think it's time for his signature move. Let's hear for the Mephit Slayer. Право ще ги пръсна. Дай ги тук. We'll tear them to pieces. A fight with the champion? Screw that. Whoever kills the Glorian gets a double ration for dinner. Мефитчета. Now please give a warm welcome. Lavish tools, burp. Who's that? Zaklex? Ah, never mind. Give a warm welcome to the Mephit Slayer's friends. Добре. Конко, please. Come here. Така. Нека да подредим отбора както трябва. Добре. Така. Всички са както трябва. Слагаме стелт. И са тия мефите трябва да ги пръснем в общи линии. Така. А всъщност мога ли да пробвам с Ембър да си направя един лек хил така? И то няма да е лошо всъщност да се бъфнем, защото сега предстои яка тежка битка. Така че Hurricane Ball, Aspect of the Falcon, плюс Sense Vitals. Така, тук слагаме така. Тук ще си сложим така. Тук си слагаме така. Един Strength масов трябва да сложим задължително. А те не видяха ли? Ужас. Аз обаче не съм бъфнал както трябва все още. Вижте. Все пак бъфнах нагоре долу. Този начало. Сега. Той е хубаво през това време да бъфна аз. Така че тук примерно слагаме на Оришел. Мале. Тук ги удряме много лошо. Което е чудесно. Така. Аз не виждам какво мога да си сложим, освен може би ето това нещо за Fear. Кончето. Тук дали има някакви магии, които трябва да мога да използвам. Нямаше да е лошо да направя бор. Така. Боже. Гледай как се прецаках. Нищо както да. Също така. Вау, пропусна. Жестоко. Интересно. Добре. Еха, и не можем да стигнем до тях, ще така. Excellent. Time has come for some serious bloodshed. Give a warm welcome to our best fighters, seasoned and merciless, and behold the gruesome skills of our contestant. Обаче демона сега ще се сбие с тях автоматично, което е много тъпо. Let's take down this Galarian upstart and get our gold. Let's go. Иначе можеше да ги прецака, но с жалост няма да може.
Tyaxna, guide my hand.
Ние бъфнете ли сме всъщност? О, да, бъфнете сме, добре. О, той ми направи някаква гаус все пак. Тук ще направим... Добре. Чудесно. Тук дали има нужда въобще нещо да правя? Ама да направя един флейм страйк, така и така сме тук. Cool. Време за Желая. Този е проблемен вече. Чуваме лошия. Така. То ще го убиеме сега, но няма значение. Окей. Let's go. Ах, как те продължихме да стреляме. Аз не искам да си хабя магиите за тия, честно казвам. Не са толкова силни. Обаче сега, примерно, без проблеми можем да го направим нещо флайер. Примерно е така. Той е пазач от сега. Добре, нещо. Бам. Колко са? 44,7 помощ. Първоначално си помисля, че му направихме само 7 демидж и викам, мани. Дали ще можем да му щупиме. О, идеално. Един скрим. О, даже му махнахме търна. Супер яко. Какво умря, бе? Нещо сякаш загина тук. С тия сник атаки правим страхотно демидж. Даже нямаше... Who will bring an end to this contestant string of victories? Behold the fighters from the Hadrian League. Give up for Atselm and Rurska. You struck me down once, but now I'll get my revenge. I'm Ruksa. I will rule this place. Kneel before me, you pathetic maggots. Сега ще се биеме ли с тия или... Нали се разбрахме? Abide by our agreement, just. Whoa, looks like the Mephit Slayer has made some new friends in the arena. Само че Руксата... Did you expect me to fall through this stupid plan of yours, you fool? I'll kill you first and deal with Galderfine later. Окей. Този обаче иска да се бие с нас. Няма проблем. Сега ще го щупим. Ние сме адски много. Той няма никакъв шанс. Let's go. Gelderfan дойде всъщност. I'm tired of waiting around. I'll kill you where you stand, Glorian. Окей. Трябваше да го направим exhausted. It looks like the champion is eager to shed some blood. He doesn't want to wait any longer. Give a huge welcome to the invincible Gelderfan. Кой ще го щупим? Той не знае още. Дайте го тук, бе. Дайте го да го пръсна, бе. Така. Само още, че тук трябва да направим малко неща, които трябва да се случат. преди да започне работата. 1 минута protection from evil веднага. Исках блез да направя, by the way, защото тия неща ми сложиха едно нещо, което ми прави демидж. Така. И какво още имаме? Нещо за бъв. Тук трябва да се внимава с фиера, между другото, защото тези типчета са адската сила. Също така може да се възползваме от Holy Hour-та, знаете ли тази работа? Ма не, аз вече сложих Protection from Evil, не би трябвало да имаме проблеми. Освен ако нямаме нещо друго, може би е време да ги убивам. Дали е време да ги убивам? Май е време да ги убивам. Май няма какво стане. Май трябва да ги почваме. Окей, let's go. Всъщност, ако може да става невидим, какво правим това? Може да си сложим See Invisibility. See Invisibility, good. Няма как да се объркат нещата, когато имаме See Invisibility. Така, може да сложим едно блърче на части. Това вече колко трябва да имам доста АЦ. Защо имам толкова малко АЦ? Аз мисля, че трябваше да имаме повече. Ще ми е паднало АЦ-то. Тия долу, що са чак долу. Аз как ще мога да ги събера там? А то може да ходя на флавата, защото така че... Добре, ние след малко ще ги съберем, така иначе. Така. Този обаче сигурно сега ще го види. Не ме видях, което е чудесно. Давайте сега искам да го пръснем. Искам да го право сцепим. Така че аз го започвам директно. В принцип, руксата искам да го щупна първо. Миснахме го. Това ще е някакво много лошо. Усещам аз. Добре, важното е, че го оцелихме един път. Това е хубаво. Сега. Аз обаче искам... той на какво е имунен, между другото? Дали е имунен на някакви тежки неща? Difficult terrain, you seated. И електристи. Това знаете ли какво означава? Това означава, че аз също пръсна. Така, чакай. Не знам как ще стане. Нека да се качим тук, добре. Така. Мога ли да нападна този? Мога да нападна само този. Аз дали искам да го нападна това? Май не искам. Може да искам. Пам. Добре, той колко АЦ има? 55. Сега ще го фланкнем. Тогава, като е такъв тарикат. Бам. Значи електричество и някакви други неща викаш. Обаче... това е много масово. И не е имунен на колата. А този? В истината е имунитета, приятелю. Dominate person. Не знам си какво. Аз този мога да го направя един. Ето така. Много кофти му стана. Много е тъпо. Много тъпичко му стана, брат. Чак се накефих. То дали трябва да го тествам някакви неща да го направя или... нищо няма. Давайте си от това. Тя стана и невидима тук. Добре. Сега, аз това, което ще направя е на този да му смъкна реално. Левелит. Кеф. Добре. Това е добре като за начало. Сега 7 атаки имаме тук. Започвай. 14 демидж. Малко слабичко. Даже пак не го целиме, често казвам. Добре, аз искаме това да го понастрадам. Така. От Гелдърфанк ще го видим. Аз мога да му направя един блайнд. Даже му го и направихме, чудесно. Защото ме притеснява малко, такъв нещо дебеличък ми идва. И се надявам да не е много брутален. Обаче боя ми се струва някакъв такъв... Не кой знае колко специален. Затова мисля... Знаете ли какво мога да направим? Може да направим Slay Living, примерно. Или? То пък не сме точно до него. Ще го нападнем сега. Чакай! Чакай! Ужас. Това не нападна който трябва обаче. Сега какво ще го правим? Трябва да му смъкна още левели. Пък не ще да умира, бе. Този умря. План бланк. Нека спреме Deadly Aim и да пробваме да го понацелим на този. Обаче не мога да го нацеля хубаво. Пробваме с невидимост. И сега ще трябва да направим хил. Ама цял хил. Леле ман. What the hell? Това нещо я убива, брат. Да, сега късно да убиваме това цървул. Zeklex has been mangled by the troll. The injured champion is on his knees, and blood seeps from his wounds. Zeklex raises up on his dial in a gesture of triumph. We won. Now we just need to finish him off. I'll let you do the honors. Your Manglet licks his lips nervously. He glances back and forth between you and Zeklex. Am I supposed to plead for my life now? Is this the moment where I try to soften the hearts of my cunning killers? Well, why not? Wringing his hands dramatically, he falls to his knees. He begins to wail so loudly, even the spectators in the back of the stands can hear him. What are you doing? Let's make a deal. Zeklex, I give you everything you want, everything you wanted. I gave you everything you wanted. Manglet thrusts his arms toward you. A new champion! Our newest champion! I always believed you would win. I am your biggest fan. Spare me! Finish the sleaze bag off. He's tried multiple times to kill you off in the arena. Now it's time for you to pay him back. Please, have mercy on me. I promise my generosity will know no bounds. I beg you to spare me. I won't arrange unfair fights ever again. I'll give the arena to you, Zeklex. As for you, champion, I'll give you anything you want. Shamira, save me. Irmanglet's wailing movement can be heard from the back of the stands. He gives such a moving performance, the audience bursts into applause. Mangalet, you're a liar and filthy asshole. Don't be angry at me. Zeklex was the one who came up with all the nasty ideas. He wants to turn you against me, but I've never done anything to you. Sure, I've been laughing and having fun, but that's what I do. It's the role I play. I laugh about everything and everyone. The audience loves it. Zeklex is to blame for everything. Zeklex clutches the dagger as he hisses through his teeth. Liar! I'm so tired of your lies. Какво да направим тук? Да ги оставим да се оправят? Или да нападнем Мангалет? Watch in silence. You have no idea how powerful and wealthy I am. I'll give you everything I have, I swear. All of this will belong to you, just spare me. Mangalet sounds almost hysterical, but his eyes are strangely calm as he darts a quick glance toward the bag hanging from Zeklek's shoulder. What are you waiting for? Kill him! Don't let his lies poison your mind. Remember who you are dealing with. He's a filthy liar. Grable watches Zeklex clutch the dagger in his trembling hands. He raises an eyebrow. Some creatures just aren't cut out for killing. They can be smart, cunning, and patient, but they are not murderers. That's why my profession exists. If someone can't finish the job, they can pay assassins like me to do it for them. Интересно, можем да продължим да гледаме. Или да убием Мангалет. Watch in silence. Are you afraid that I'll seek revenge? I won't, I swear. I swear it on my balls. They shrivel and rot if I'm not telling the truth. Show me some mercy. Isn't that the glorious way? Spare me and you will never hear from me again. As the Mangalet growls in fear, he turns his body so that his wide girth prevents Zeklex from noticing the long, narrow dagger he pulls from his sleeve. Attack. Zeklex utters a cry of triumph. The Mangalet is dead. I, Zeklex, lay claim to the battle bliss. The arena is all mine. From now on, there will be no more dirty fights, no more sham rivals, no more dull shows. The fights will be unpredictable, opponents will be evenly matched, and the thrill of battle will have you on the edge of your seats. If anyone has a problem with these new arguments, they can take it up with our new champion, my champion. Tremble before him. All hail Justin Gelderfang's lair. Човече. Death and Resurrection Show. Окей. Така. Мале. Сега тук ще трябва да се хилваме тежко. Обаче не искам да използвам цял хил, затова ще се нахилваме по този малко по-смешния начин. Така. Тия хилове не ми се хабят, защото това са и нападателни магийки. Той има магии, бе. Аз са хилни и ти, бе, приятел. Така. Окей. Айде един от славите ще изгледаме. То. Сега, тук трябва да съберем всичките интересни работи. Фанахме някакъв интересен шлем. Cold Iron. Тук има някакви пръстенчета и неща. Интересно. Мангалет. Той има някаква яка брат. Така. Тия неща тук. Или? Нещо съм дал, което не трябва. Добре. Това ли беше от Battle Bliss всъщност? Интересно. Добре, справихме се сравнително окей. Какво фанахме в крайна сметка? Blinding Wrath. confirms critical hit, also deals normal damage to all creatures in melee range, including the wielder and their allies. От тази брадва прави демидж на всички, което я прави не особено хубаво. Тук какво имаме? Breastplate плюс 4. Има нов шлем. Whenever the wearer of this helm receives healing, she also gains 5 temporary hit points for 1 round. Not impressed. А какво става с това? 4 will saving throws. Ако сложим това, 25, 19, 25. А с нахидриана 29, 23, 21. Така е по-добре. Въпреки, че ни смъкват 3 will сейвчета. Аз също сега нямам ли повече, защото имам wisdom, или? Май би трябвало да имам повече. Natural Armor на плюс 4. Това трябва да го дадем на... най-вероятно на Grey Boss, защото той няма много. Но да, по-скоро ще го запазим за... ще го дадем на... как се каже? На Hell Knight. Сега забравил как се каже, да му се навиди. Така. Пръстени някакви. Тук вече почти всички имат такъв пръстен. 3. Колко в резистанс са ясен. Strength Constitution. Strength и Dexterity. Съм решил. Тя бронята ми позволява 3 макс. Добре. Strength Dexterity, значи ето тук ще можем да го сложим този Strength Dexterity. А то е Strength Constitution, аз пък Strength Dexterity. Ще ги дрънкам. Така и той да има 205 кръвбац. Найс. Добре. Може би аз трябва да си сложа още допълнително хелт, често казвам. Като се замисля. Но ще видим в последствие. Добре, фанахме някакви интересни неща. За жалост похабихме още един диамант, ще трябва пак да се разделям с още няколко хиляди голд. Очевидно. Като тук насам съм ходил и мисля, че нямаше нищо интересно. Значи е време да се разходим обратно. Сега тъпото е, че тук си загубихме всички бъфове. Много е тъпо това, какво да се направи? Не можах да я спаса така, че да не я оцелят с тия неща. Тази ацел, какво става с нея? Сега ще разберем, предполагам. Дайте да сегнем и да видим каква е развръзката на арената. Освен, че вече има нов собственик и всички се кефат и се радват. The battle bliss has a new champion. The demons sing your praises. You have won their respect. Tell me, champion, do you enjoy their attention? Are you basking in your newfound glory? I had to respect their customs. It is disgusting to kill living creatures for the entertainment of a crowd. Filled with sorrow that you had to participate in such bloody entertainment, you received honor and glory in the arena, and they praised you for putting others to death. However, I rejoice to know that all these accolades have failed to lead you astray. You have resisted temptation and have not left the path of righteousness. Да. И сега какво? Можем ли да дойдем насам всъщност? Верно ли няма да мога да отидем да го отворим онова ковчеженце са? Ужас. Очаквах той да ни даде възможност да се разкарваме наоколо. Да се нави. Вижте сега как ето тук имаше... той е долу, може би. Да, долу. Тук. Тук има лут, обаче не мога да отида на там. Знаете ли какво мога да правим? Не мога да се телепортирам от другата страна. Сега ще пробвам да видим какво ще стане. Чакайте първо да... Сега ще продадем на бързичко някой. Може би не трябваше да бързам да продавам. Май трябваше да продавам след като си свършиме работата. Нищо е. Много бързичко продаваме тук някакви неща. Така. И говорим с Zeklex. Zeklex Lux very grand and important. He's clearly enjoying his new status. His shoulders look strong and broad, and he appears to have grown a few inches taller. However, he still addresses you politely, and you can hear the respect in his voice. The Battle Bliss welcomes its new champion. How can I be of assistance? My companion Suciel needs to meet the Dire One. Forgive me, champion, but rules are rules. You can talk to the Dire One whatever you'd like, but your companion cannot. However, with your permission, I can arrange a meeting for them in the arena, and by meeting, I mean a fight. Is this option suitable for you? I agree, Trevor is my brother. He would never raise a hand against me. I wouldn't be so sure of that. The arena has changed him, but who knows, we certainly can't rule out the possibility of peaceful outcome, so let's make a deal. If the Dire One, I mean Trevor, really does recognize you and refuses to fight, I'll send someone else into the arena. The two of you can fight against your opponent together. After all, the spectators pay to see a show, and we can't disappoint them. It would be bad for business. The show? Social grits his teeth. Fine, I agree. After all I've gone through to find him, what's another fight? But if we win, you will let him go free. We'll leave the arena together. Are you trying to bankrupt me? Zeklex looks as though he is about to object, but a glance in your direction seems to change his mind. Fine. Unfortunately, I'm not in position to argue. Let's make a wager. Your life for your brother's freedom. Do we have a deal? The tiefling extends his hand to Social, who shakes it reluctantly. Ready to enter the arena and face Trevor. Добре, айде да го направим това. Very good, follow me please. Искам да сложим край на арената. Може би тук навлизаме все пак в друга схема. Social steps into the arena, his eyes wandering around the stalls full of clamorous spectators. The faces of demons and mortals alike blur, merging into a horrendous multi-eyed monster which roars at the top of its many lungs in an endless thirst for blood. They are chanting, the dire, and the Dire One answers their call. A dark-skinned warrior is in an enclosed helmet approaches Social. His body is covered with scars, all the new intertwining in web-like layers. Even the fingers of the veteran gladiator are marred and disfigured. Those same hands that once produced delicate wooden designs, a source of joy for the whole village, now grip a weapon, and a weapon that is pointed at the young cleric. Trevor, brother, is that you? The helmet prevents the gladiator from hearing anything not already drowned out by the crowd. The warrior breaks into a spring and lunges at Social with his sword raised to strike. Raises his shield. The gladiator's weapon hits the shield with sonorous cling that sounds like a lament. He raises his blade again, but suddenly freezes. After several seconds of examining the shield, his eyes slowly track up to the face of the man holding it. Social? Trevor lowers his weapon slowly. His disfigured fingers unclench, letting the sword fall to the arena floor. The gladiator collapses to his knees next to the blade. Brother, I'm so sorry. You don't have to apologize. You chose this path and have been following it heroically. I'm proud of you. What a shocking surprise! Our gladiators have lost their will to fight. Each of them would rather die than witness his brother bleed out in the arena. Well, we've given them just the chance to do both. This is a unique gift from Battle Bliss Arena to you. Come back tomorrow and place your bets. Will the Dire One and his newfound brother stand strong against their enemies? Who will win? 2 mortals or 1 Vavakia? You'll soon find out. Let's give a round of applause and a final roar for our fearless warriors. Guards, take the Dire One and that, whatever his name is, take them away. Trevor picks his blade up from the ground and points it at the arena guard circling the 2 brothers. This simple gesture has truly intimidating effect on the demons. Leave, brother. I will stay here and hold them off until the end, like a hero. The young cleric places his palms on top of his brother's huge clasped fists, clenching the blade's hilt. Their eyes meet through the slit of the helmet, and something changes. Already an enormous muscular hulk, Trevor becomes even larger and stronger. The mythic power bestowed upon Social by his commander is channeling through his brother as well. My goddess, can you hear me? I am not worthy of your grace. I have abandoned my path and your teachings for this endless, hopeless war. I have nothing to look forward to anymore, but if only you can still hear my prayers, please keep my brother safe. In answer to the fallen paladin's rasping prayer, Social's shield is enveloped in iridescent glow. Now run, escape, farewell, brother, remember me. Чакай бе, а не можеш ли да го спасим? Не бе, защо бе? Чакай бе, човек. Social runs out of the arena pit, pursued by demonic screams and the thunder of cracking rock. He turns back to steal one last look at the place where his brother fought his final battle against the abyss.
It's over. Trevor is gone. At least, I got a chance to see him one last time, and to witness his final heroic deed. Thank you. I would have never found him without your help.
Верно ли не можахме да го спасим? Дали не избрахме грешната? Може би пък ако бяхме оставили този другия, дето уреждаше мачовете, щяхме да спасиме Тревор. Заслужаваше ли си така да стане? Sorry for your loss.
How am I going to tell her mother? I don't want her to know of his fault. I'll tell them he died like a hero, fighting demons in the abyss. That's not a lie. It really happened.
After a pause, the cleric cuts softly. What will you do now?
I will remember him at his best. I will do everything I can to end this war as soon as possible. Nobody deserves what Trevor had to endure, and I will make sure nobody else will.
Аз просто наистина си мисля, че ще успея да го спасим. Do you think he's a hero?
Yes. He strayed from the path of a paladin, but not the ideals of the crusade itself. Even the thought of what these monsters did to him terrifies me. Still, despite the unimaginable torment, he was able to remember who he once was. I think he would have inspired even the best of the Hell Knights if he hadn't been caught by these demons.
Social bites his lip, cutting himself short, but ultimately continues. We have to keep going.
Yes, let us.
Вау! Ами, интересно, но... За съжаление изгубихме Тревор. Аз очаквах, че може би ще успеем да го спасим. Обаче за съжаление не стана така. Този щит очевидно ще можем да го използваме по-нататък. Да, интересно. Интересно но факт. За жалост не успяхме да го спасим. Ти защо си напред, приятел? Те пак се разгъчкаха тук. Добре, можем ли да си говорим сега нещо с Зеклекс? You've been trying to enslave my companion Social and his brother. That was a rash decision. Please accept my apologies. Such behavior was unprofessional of me. It's just that he would make a perfect addition to the arena. I would have made sure he was given the best of care, and he would have been accepted into the Nahidrian League without question. In fact, he should not be risking his life any more than he already does as your companion. He will be living in far more comfortable conditions. However, I can see that my words have failed to persuade you, so please forgive me, champion. and don't punish me too severely. Добре. Преди да правим каквото и да е друго, мисля да приключим с епизода тук. Страхотен епизод на арената, бих казал. Станаха странни, интересни, неочаквани неща за мен. The Commander exploits the subject of every conversation in Лошинира, което означава, че вече горе-долу може би сме готови да се срещнем с лошите. Няма да е лошо все пак да минем през Rapture of Rapture и да извършим и останалите задачи на компаньоните, което ще рече Грейбор. Знаем къде трябва да отидем за него. Далмачио Меншън обаче не знаем къде се намира. Трябва да видим как да отидем до там. Така че в общи линии останаха тези два квеста, където трябва да биеме някакви противници или да видим как да се справим с тях. Чакаме Devastation все още. И съвсем скоро ще можем да се срещнем с Ноктикула, предполагам. Harem of Ardent Dreams. Тук също трябва да видим какво ще се случва. Но за сега това ще бъде всичко от този епизод. Благодаря ви, че гледахте. Надявам се да ви е било забавно. Желая всичко хубаво и чао-чао!